Hello. Yeah, all right. It's funny how it as you get older, the memories that keep coming back to you. Things that you'd thought you'd never remember again, but they come back. And just over the last few days, I think I've been watching something on the television, something a bit raunchy. You know, one of them dramas they have on that's a bit raunchy. And as you can see from the photograph, me Auntie Phyllis and my Uncle Percy were a bit raunchy, and it just reminded me of them. Um, they lived on the Oakham Road, top of Tividale, and they were always known as a strange couple. The neighbours said they were a bit loose and very bohemian. Oh, very, very bohemian. Well, in 1960, my mum, my dad, and me, we moved from Birch Crescent, where we were living with my nan and granddad, and we moved up Regent Road, right to the top of the hill, Regent Road, to number 4, Wheatsheaf Road, the last street on the left as you go up the hill. And just down from the tree they used to call the hangman's tree, the proper tree, not the pub. The pub over there then. And we saw a lot more of Phyllis and Percy because they lived just along the Oakham Road there. So very often they used to come to our house. They lived in ever such a posh house with a great big garden. It said they used to sit in the garden with, and they were so bohemian. It was unbelievable. And I noticed when they used to come and visit, I was only quite young, but I did notice they'd always hold hands all the while I was there, and they'd kiss, and they'd cuddle and canoodle, and Phyllis would sit on Percy's lap. And my mum would often say to him, "Don't you old pair ever stop? Can you stop that in front of the child?" It's right, you know. People of your age, I mean your 80s, for God's sake, just stop it in front of the lad. But they still carried on canoodling. In 1961, just round the corner from where we lived in Wheatsheaf Road, they built a brand new doctor's surgery. And one day I was going past the surgery and I noticed my Auntie Phyllis and my Uncle Percy. They was just going into the surgery. They were going to see Dr. Ruggeasy, who ran that surgery. He was ever so posh. Well, you could tell he was posh. He come from Edgbaston Day, or Edgbaston, as they say, Edgbaston in Brummagem, were it. And so they went in to see him. I don't know why at the time, but apparently they did. And they went in, and in a posh voice, he said, "Oh, good morning, Phyllis and Percy. How can I help you?" "Well, Doc," said Percy, "I'm 88, I, and her's 86, and we're noticing her umpy pumpy, our hanky panky. It ain't what it used to be, is it?" "Oh," said Phyllis, agreeing and nodding her head. "We seem to be losing our desire to, Doctor, to do it." "Well," said Dr. Ruggeasy, "you are in your 80s, and it's perfectly natural for you at that age, as it is for most couples, to for there to be how can I put this delicately? For there to be less times of intimacy, for your acts of congress not to happen so often. Perfectly natural, perfectly natural, and perhaps even your connubial fondlings cease altogether. Because, I mean, you are in your 80s, so this is what happens. Even though I've heard on the grapevine that you have been vigorous throughout your life. Tell me, when did you notice this change was happening?" "Ooh. Well," said Phyllis, "it must have been, it was 3 times last night and twice this morning." Ta-ra a bit. Stay out the Oss Road. Mind how you go. And thank you, Mother, for the palings. I must go. I've got to go and oil my bike chain, aye. Always remember, as we say in Tividale, it's aye over till the fat ptarmigan sings. Ta-ra a bit. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Ta-ra!